Good morning, Wildcats! Today is Thursday, May 6th, National Beverage Day. I'm Matt Kish, and welcome to WCTZ News. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today's episode of WCTZ News is sponsored by Class 101. Our mission is to provide families with expert guidance in the college search, admissions, and financial aid process. Today's episode of WCTZ News is also sponsored by Long Doggers. Enjoy great food and great fun in a totally casual environment. Hang on to those masks for now. Here's Kish and Ramshadani with a story.
Recently, Governor Ron DeSantis put into place a no mask mandate in the state of Florida. But what you might not know is this does not apply to schools, and as of right now, the Brevard Public Schools has not made a decision on whether or not masks will be mandatory for next school year. What do you think?
That's such a tough decision to make, because with this whole pandemic, decisions have had to be made going as we go. As somebody who's now vaccinated, I feel very lucky in that I'm more comfortable, but I am concerned about the younger children. I have a feeling that it will probably be not mandatory, but recommended, because we'll have to see who's allowed to have the vaccine. Even though I'm vaccinated, if I'm out with people and I don't know if they're vaccinated, I'll put my mask on just as a courtesy.
For me, I don't think that masks should be mandatory for next school year, especially with a lot of the students and faculty getting vaccinated. I don't really think it's important. I still think that a lot of kids are gonna wear masks. I don't think I'm gonna, but there's nothing wrong with wearing a mask at school, especially with COVID so prevalent.
I don't think they should be mandatory because they're kind of like a hassle to put on and keep them on all day, and you can't really hear people well with them. A lot of people have their COVID shots and stuff, so there's really no point in wearing it. I think the really cautious people would wear them, but the majority of people wouldn't.
This has been Kish and Ramshandani reporting for WCTZ News.
In honor of National Teacher Appreciation Week, here's Bennett Kent to show our teachers some thanks.
What's going on, Wildcats? I'm Bennett, and unfortunately my time at West Shore is coming to an end. You see, the closer and closer I get to graduation, the more and more I reminisce on all these amazing memories I've made here. And I'd like to thank some people for making these memories just so awesome. And what better way to do that than write some thank you notes? So Jesse, Kishan, and James, can you please play some appropriate thank you note music? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Clausen, for being 41 and still playing Pokemon Go. But it's okay, because I play Minecraft like it's nobody's business.
He's only 41?
Oh, I thought he was older. Thank you, Mr. Sarver, for letting me dip in class.
Many times.
Okay. Thank you, Anthony, or Andrew Rahab, depending on the day. Thank you, Mr. Fleming, for letting Andrew Caddy stay at West Shore. But is that really a blessing? Thank you, Mr. Fleming.
Wrong move.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien, for answering the question, what would a Mr. Peterson light look like? Thank you, Miss Orton, for teaching us what it's like to have a Mel High report card. Thank you, Miss Orton. Thank you, Mr. Gornto, for encouraging us to ask questions, but never answering them. Thank you, Mr. Estevez, for teaching us about equations, electricity, equations, chicken farming, equations, and equations. Thank you, Eller, for calling me small so many times it finally got me in the gym. So really, thank you.
Love you all. Love you all.
My daddy.
Thank you for tuning in to another edition of WCTZ News, sponsored by Class 101 and Long Doggers. This has been Matt Kish. Have a wild day, cats. Wow.